We are joined now by Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earle-Sears, the first woman elected governor, first black woman and female veteran to hold statewide office in Virginia, a fantastic patriot who is doing wonderful things in the great state of Virginia, which is a place I've spent a tremendous amount of time, actually, over the years. Lieutenant Governor, appreciate you being with us.
Well, hello, and thank you for having me. Now, I do have to correct you on one thing. I'm not yet the first female governor. I'm the first female lieutenant governor. That's a good thing, too.
Oh, sorry. Well, yes. Well, but you're going to be the first female governor, right? Tell us about it.
Well, there that is. Yes, and it's why? Because we have the common sense ideas. What do I mean? Well, it's a good question. Who asked that? I think I just did. Well, it's because, again, we have been able to present an economy to the people of Virginia, and they love it. They love that we've created so many jobs, 276,000 people working that weren't before we came into office. We also have over 250,000 job openings. And then we've created, on top of that, 15,000 plus new business startups. Never existed. How can you do that? Because you get rid of barriers, you get rid of regulations, and you become people who want Virginia to succeed. So my opponent says now she's running on our successes. Wait, you're a Democrat running on the successes that we created? You're not going to keep them if you win, which she won't. But if she were to win, she would dismantle and destroy everything that we've created. So she's got the problem, not me. We've been doing the work. Abigail, where have you been?
We're talking to Winsome Sears, Lieutenant Governor of Virginia, who hopes and should be the next governor. I saw some of these statements from Abigail Spanberger, who is the Democrat nominee, on men and women's sports. And she dodged the question like she was Neo in the Matrix. I mean, she is doing everything she can do to avoid saying what is very easy for everybody, 90+%, I think, of actual sports fans.
Yeah.
Even 2/3 of Democrats. Hey, men have no business in women's sports. I saw your ad. I loved it. You're nailing her on this. But isn't it about just how out of touch she is with Virginia that she can't speak the truth on this?
Well, everything about her is out of touch, and none of it makes any sense. Here are the parents wanting to raise their boys to respect women, to honor women. And then we have, for example, the Loudoun County School Board, who have disciplined the two young men because they are uncomfortable being forced to undress in front of a female. And for that, they are now labeled sexual in their school records, sexual harassers. But this is what their parents have been raising them to be, to respect women. So you have now school boards who are against parents. And Abigail Spanberger supports that because she voted for men, biological men in women's sports. She voted for biological men having to be able to undress in locker rooms with our young girls. She voted for all this nonsense, and that's crazy because she's got 3 girls. What is that what you want for your girl children? Parents don't want that. I wouldn't want that. She needs to come forward and defend her votes. She voted that way. Virginia doesn't want that, and that's why I'm asking Virginia for your vote this coming November so we can continue with common sense and not policies that tear us away from our children.
Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears with us right now. This story just broke on Outkick, and it goes directly into the state of Virginia, and I'm betting that Abigail Spanberger is going to be dodging it. In addition to Roanoke women's swimmers and Loudoun County, as you mentioned, in 2022, Virginia Tech female swimmers protested Leah Thomas, who was a man pretending to be a woman swimming for the University of Pennsylvania women's swim team. They reached out to ESPN, begged for ESPN to tell the story of their protest. ESPN refused to cover it. So it's not just Abigail Spanberger. It's also there have been a lot of legacy media outlets that have refused to speak truth here, and now they're trying to run cover for your opponent. I think this is really significant. I know it matters a great deal to our audience, but how protected is the legacy media trying to keep your opponent so she doesn't have to answer questions about her failures on this issue?
Oh, so they started a long time ago by not even asking any questions of me. They would just pretend I didn't exist. I mean, I would walk by them and they would not say a word. They would have microphones in everybody else's face, and it was as if I didn't exist. I mean, I have been the headliner, the keynote speaker at events. You know, I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran, and I would be at Veterans Affairs honoring veterans events, and they would not even say that I was there, even though I was the keynote speaker. Never even said I was in the audience. Never even put my picture in, but always talked about everybody else around me. So they have been dismissing me for some time now because they saw me coming and they knew that she would be in trouble, Abigail Spanberger, and they want her to win. And, you know, here's the problem with that. I grew up partly in Jamaica, which at the time was suffering from socialist policies, and the media put their finger on the scale for other people who eventually ended up destroying what little economy we had, because socialism, you know, you can't ever do it right, and put Jamaica's economy in a tailspin. And I can't believe that that's the same thing I'm seeing here. But we're going to win because, you know, you can't hold righteousness down. And when you're on the right side of an issue where common sense is common sense, and where I even have now Democrats who are coming up to me and saying, I'm a Democrat, but I'm going to vote for you because I don't want my girl children having to undress in front of full frontal noodle boys. I mean, think about it. We're creating sexual trauma. Trauma. Do we not have enough trauma in the world?
No, it's craziness. Lieutenant Governor Sears, I wanted to ask if you do become the governor, and we were obviously rooting for you, pushing for you, and hopeful that this is going to happen. Virginia is such a great state. The northern part of your state, some of the politics there, not my favorite. I'm just saying. When you get in the edge of D.C., you got some people that, well, you need to reach out to them and convince them of the error of, Arlington's ways. But Virginia, otherwise, a fantastic and wonderful state. I actually have family that was from Virginia and still lives there. I want to know what you're going to do if you become the governor. What will you continue on from the very successful tenure of Governor Youngkin, and what would be some of the things that the great residents of the Commonwealth would be able to look forward to?
So one of the things I'm going to do, unlike my opponent, is I'm going to continue to keep Virginia safe. I'm going to support our law enforcement, Department of Corrections personnel. We're not going to get rid of their qualified immunity. We're not going to defund them. You know who will? My opponent, Abigail Spanberger, because she has said, and she has taken money from, wait for it, the defund the police PAC. You can't she's taken thousands from them. So, you know, it's not like we don't know what she's going to do. So we need our police, right? We need everybody there, because I can't even talk about safety and security. I can't talk about jobs being created, taxes being low, if we're not safe and secure, right? So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And you probably saw it yesterday where she came out and said she was one of the first things that she was going to do is precisely get rid of our safety and security, because she's going to stop all these ICE detainers, where we have now found 4,000 criminal illegal aliens in Virginia, including the number 3 top head of MS-13. And they are in various states of incarceration and deportation. She's going to stop that. I mean, who is this woman? Where did we get her from? Well, she can't be governor. The next thing people want is that they want their taxes back in their pockets. And we've restored, $9 billion back into the pockets of Virginia's taxpayers. We have run a $10 billion surplus for each of for the entire time that we've been in office. And we're going to keep creating jobs. We're going to keep getting rid of regulations. We're going to have the energy that they need. We're going to have shovel-ready sites. We're going to keep their inventories and their employees safe. Jobs will flood in. And, well, you will see we will continue our great economic successes, whereas my opponent is going to tax them to death. She's going to put regulations back on them, and she's going to force every single employee, even if they don't want to join a union. That, for me, is an issue of liberty. So people know what they're going to get with me. It's all common sense, money in your pocket, jobs and safety. There you go. She doesn't know how to do this. She was never there when we were creating any of this good stuff. She was in Congress taking stupid votes against us, and now she's trying to backtrack but she's not even back. She's like Punxsutawney Phil. We haven't seen her in a while. Where have you been? Abigail, you can't lead from behind.
Lieutenant Governor Sears, appreciate you very much, and please come back and talk to us either right before your victory or right after. You can choose.
WinsomeForGovernor.com. Please go to my website, WinsomeForGovernor.com, and help me.
Yes, go help her, guys and gals. We need to make sure we have a good governor in Virginia, and things are certainly trending in the right direction there politically. All right, look, no matter where you live, there's always a chance you become a victim of a robbery. It's the last thing we'd wish on you, but the fact remains, this kind of stuff still happens all over the country. So you need to be able to protect yourself, and you want to be proactive. You want to get ready before you need it, because if you don't have it when you need it, it's too late. It's where Sabre comes in. Sabre spelled S-A-B-R-E. In my house, in Clay's house, we have a whole range of Sabre, highly effective, non-lethal self-defense and home defense products. Look, Sabre's been at this for 50 years, so they've got decades of experience in this realm, and they are the most trusted pepper spray brand by law enforcement. Their pepper gel projectile launcher is an incredible example of why they're so well thought of by experts in home and self-defense. So go get Sabre products today. Pepper gels, pepper sprays, pepper launchers, whole bunch of stuff. Different alarms you can set up in your home, bars for doors. I mean, really, really top quality. Go to Sabre Radio, S-A-B-R-E, sabreradio.com. At that website, you'll save 15%, sabreradio.com. Or if you want to just call, it's really easy to do, 844-824-SAFE. That's 844-824-SAFE.